Perez Hilton here, and today I'm going to be talking about the very tragic death of Caroline Flack. She died by suicide this past weekend. A lot of people are feeling very high emotions over her tragic and sudden passing, and a lot of people are angry and blaming the media. And some people are even angry at me. I'm going to talk about all of this, give my response to those that are upset with me, and try to give some context. For those of you who don't know who Caroline Flack was, she is somebody that I wrote about on my website. And a lot, especially back in the day, many of you may remember that she dated Harry Styles back when he was 17 and she was much older. And it was a big story for me and in the UK and in the 1D fandom, because in 2012, back when they dated, One Direction was so popular. I mean, they're still popular and they're not even together anymore. Since then, she went on and did many things in the media. Hi, Kylie Kincaid. Bless you. She won Strictly Come Dancing. She was on many other shows, but really rose to prominence by hosting Love Island, which is an insanely popular show in the UK. When I found out about Caroline's passing, I digress, I was shocked and gutted for her, for thinking that was her only option, and also for her family and for the boyfriend she left behind. I can understand what she was thinking, though. In her mind, she probably thought that her entire career was over. Stephanie Cole, thank you. Caroline Flack assumed. Kiko Martin, oh my God, you guys, thank you so much. I was almost even nervous to make this video because I really don't want to upset people. I just don't like being misunderstood. And I also feel like a lot of people are projecting onto me hate or disdain that they have with the media. I have lost thousands of followers on Instagram, and that's not why I'm making this. I don't regret posting about Caroline Flack. I don't regret a single thing I said about her because I do not think I was disrespectful at all. When the news first broke, all I wrote was F. My condolences to her family. That's it. And then I made a TikTok video saying, in a little bit more of an elaboration, I said how tragic, and she'd been going through issues recently, but whatever issues she was going through, her family must be devastated. That's all I said. Then Sunday, her boyfriend spoke out. And when the boyfriend spoke out, saying that his heart was broken, I wrote the following, quote, Caroline Flack died by suicide yesterday. Her boyfriend is also the alleged victim of a very violent attack, which he called police after he claimed the British TV presenter assaulted him while he was sleeping. Really hope he has the support he needs. He must be feeling so many different emotions. I did not spread any false information. It felt relevant in this post about the boyfriend to explain what had happened. Hi, Bridget Goard. Thank you. I think a few things are at play. I think I got the biggest negative response from people on Instagram because Instagram, more so than Twitter or Facebook, is overwhelmingly female, and so is my audience. I think a lot of women could see themselves in Caroline Flack's place. I also think if it would have been reversed and a man that died by suicide and a man that had been accused by the girlfriend of violently attacking him, people would feel very differently. But because it's a woman who allegedly attacked a man, there's a different perception about this. The boyfriend said he's heartbroken, and the boyfriend did not want the upcoming trial court case to go forward, but the boyfriend did tell police. This was presented into court evidence in a prior hearing. The boyfriend said that she tried to kill him. The boyfriend said to police, even though he later did not want to pursue this, the boyfriend said Caroline Flack violently attacked him while he was sleeping. That's just a matter of court record, okay? It's sad, it's tragic, it's awful. However, that shouldn't be swept under the rug either. And especially when it's so relevant to what the boyfriend was saying. And I spoke about it in a respectful manner. Now, to answer the question that I posed, is the media to blame? No! The media is not to blame for Caroline Flack's death. Neither is her boyfriend. No, nor am I. No, nor is social media. This case, this sad situation made me think of Lori Loughlin or even R. Kelly. Has Lori Loughlin taken her own life? Lori Loughlin must also be thinking, like I'm sure Caroline Flack was, that her career is over. Who's going to employ Lori Loughlin now after her recent scandal? Aunt Becky from Full House, if you're watching from the UK and you don't know who Lori Loughlin is. When I did I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here recently for Australian television, a lot of the campmates didn't really know about that story. They weren't paying close attention to that. You know, even R. Kelly, who is going through even worse issues than Lori Loughlin, he's not taken his life. It's really sad, but it is unfortunate. Psychologists, experts say no person or thing is to blame for somebody taking their own life by suicide. And I think the people on social media that are blaming this or blaming that or blaming the other, they are hypocritical, in my opinion. They are hypocritical or just tainted by the facts of projection or that she's a woman or whatever it might be. And there's especially in the UK, it's very hypocritical. The same people now being outraged, a lot of those same people in the UK, I see the comments, they're tagging me every day. A lot of these same people are the ones speculating, asking me questions, wanting me to talk about Phillip Schofield. And I will not talk about Phillip Schofield on my website. In fact, I've never even said what the allegations against Phillip Schofield are because they're just that. They're rumors. I have not heard from that other person involved in the Phillip Schofield situation. No credible media outlet is reporting any of these rumors. And if, God forbid, Phillip Schofield were to take his own life, a lot of these people now that are spreading these rumors and asking the media to talk about it and this and that and the other, then they're going to be, oh, well, it was the media's fault or whatever it may be. No, it's sad, it's painful, it sucks. But the only one responsible for Caroline Flack not being here is Caroline Flack. The court was not to blame for going through with this. That was the court's obligation. They thought this was a very violent incident that merited being heard. They had enough evidence and felt that it was so violent and so wrong that they were not able to have any contact with each other. It's sad, it's unfortunate, but I think blaming the media is a scapegoat. It's clear that poor, fragile Caroline Flack was suffering extremely from mental health issues. And in seeing the wake of what happened, a lot of the issues she was having with a lot of the issues that she was having were with trolls online. I won't even mention who it was, but if you care, Carrie Katona, this British TV personality, shared a private DM that she was having with Caroline. Social media, people using social media, not the media, are probably not to blame either, but a factor, It's sad. It's unfortunate. It's especially sad. Hello, Mama Lynn's House of Light and Freedom. It's especially sad that she tried reaching out, and whomever she spoke to told her that she was a burden. Reading back on that old Instagram post of hers was so heartbreaking. And her family was so worried, and her family was concerned, and a friend of hers was even staying with her. It's sad because I understand what she's thinking, and I was there in that place. I've spoken about it in the past when I was working at Star Magazine, and I was so depressed because I kept seeing my future, and all I saw was darkness. I saw myself moving back to Miami from New York, a failure, hating working an office job and hating, and I saw myself killing myself. When you're that unwell, that's all you believe. And it can be really hard to shake. But if you're a young person or an old person, regardless of your age, I do believe that 9 times out of 10, I won't lie, not every time, 9 times out of 10, things do get better. And you find your way. And maybe you won't be working in this career anymore, but you can do something else that makes you happy. I do think that while the British media is not responsible for Caroline Flack's passing, they did treat her horribly. They did treat her horribly, giving her nasty nickname, like the headlines that they were running over the last few months. The incident happened back in December with her boyfriend. They were running awful headlines, photos. I really do try to be better and do better. And when I make a mistake, I'll own it. Before Caroline Flack's passing, I said something about somebody else that I regret now. I was talking about Jameela Jamil on Friday, and she is somebody that I strongly dislike, okay? I'm not afraid to voice my opinion. Saying I strongly dislike somebody is not mean or nasty or hurtful. However, I referred to Jameela Jamil, the actress and TV personality, as a certifiable loony. Others probably think that as well. But I regret calling her a loony because even though I think privately, I think harsher thoughts of her, she's been accused of having Munchausen syndrome, where people make up. It's a mental illness where you lie and you make up all these illnesses. Jameela Jamil has alleged to have had a lot of illnesses and diseases and accidents and crashes, and all of these things happen to her, allegedly. But that's not even that's not even an issue with me. That doesn't hurt me, right? Somebody could have that illness or be a pathological liar or whatever it might be. My biggest issue and grievance with Jameela Jamil, and instead of calling her a certifiable loony, what I should have just said is, ugh, Jameela Jamil is at it again. She is somebody who consistently, publicly, aggressively attacks those who do not share her way of thinking. Jameela Jamil isn't just woke, and I even hate using that word. She is ultra woke. She is uber woke, super woke, and really strongly and negatively attacks anybody who does not agree with her woke sensibility. I mean, some people have even called her a bully. I would not call her a bully. I would just say she's somebody whom I think has good intentions, but goes about them in not the best of ways. I really do want to be better and do better. And I'm going to be 42 soon. I think over the last 4 years, I've really grown as a person and evolved. Thank you, Chloe, for clarifying that. I even have more compassion and understanding in 2020 for people who voted for Donald Trump than I did in 2016. In 2016 and 17, I was so hurt and angry and shocked and in disbelief for over a year. But now, I don't want to judge people that hard. I can still voice my opinion and I can still think this and that or whatever is something that I wouldn't do, but just because somebody doesn't agree with me doesn't mean I'm right and they're wrong. And you watching this right now, hi Polygato, you may think the media is to blame for Caroline Flack's death. That's fine. I do hope that Powder Puffs and Kittens 333, God bless you, my angel. Cheers to you, my friend. And it really sucks that I don't even care that I lost thousands. I care that one follower on Instagram said, I've been following you for 15 years and I'm unfollowing you now. If that one person is watching this, I would just say, why? Hopefully she watches this video and understands I genuinely don't think I said anything wrong or inappropriate about Caroline Flack. How I talked about it, I think, was fair and fine. Talking about it, I think, was fair and fine. I'm chatting now, Sanity now. I'm live. And my heart goes out to her family. I would hope that during this very difficult time, they stay away from the media. They stay away from social media and reading anything and just focus on getting help. And my concern is there for the boyfriend. He must have a lot of really conflicting emotions because some could argue that none of this would have happened if the boyfriend hadn't called police back in December. But he did the right thing. He did the right thing. He did the right thing. Anyways, it's beyond sad. And hopefully the media in the UK especially, when dealing with things like this, because I think the biggest difference is while Lori Loughlin has been getting a lot of media attention in America, and this story has been huge here for a year, I don't think, and frankly, is it all of the British media or is it just the Sun newspaper? I wish I was there so that I had more context as to how the story unfolded with Caroline Flack over the last 2 months. But from what I've seen, it just seemed like it was mainly the Sun, as Claire said. And if so, the Sun is the most read newspaper in the UK. This is an opportunity for those people that are really bothered to put their money where their mouth is and no longer pick up the Sun newspaper, to stop reading it. I don't think the courts need to intervene. If you're so bothered by the media coverage, stop consuming the media that was covering her in such a disgraceful way. Like in America, I guess the equivalent would be the National Enquirer. Hot Like Hero. Well, how do you disagree, Hot Like Hero? Thank you for that very generous super chat. How do you disagree, Hot Like Hero? I do think the media has a responsibility to not be cruel. No, Hot Like Hero, they did not play a role. The only one responsible for Caroline Death's suicide is Caroline Flack's suicide is her, unfortunately. Do I think the media has a responsibility not to be cruel? Yes, I do. I understand the media wanting to be attention grabbing, okay? And I do believe you can be Gary Clark. Look, there you go. People asking me about Phillip Schofield. Do you not all sense a lot of hypocrisy here? There is a lot of hypocrisy and a lot at play here. I will not talk about Phillip Schofield because I don't have any facts or information other than random rumors I've seen on Twitter, as I've said. I understand the media wanting a catchy headline or this or that or the other. I think you can still do that and you can still do your job well and get attention and do it without being cruel. I think. I like to think I've been doing that for the last decade now. And listen, I make mistakes along the way. I'm not perfect. I even owned up to my regret over using the word loony in reference to Jameela Jamil earlier today. I wish I hadn't. In this instance, I feel especially bad because I think she might be suffering from mental illness, Jameela Jamil. But I don't know. I actually thought saying loony was less bad or damaging than something else. I don't know. What else? Do you guys have any questions? I'm only talking about this topic today, nothing else, because I know. Thank you, Hot Like Hero. And I'm sorry I haven't been able to really focus on you, Chloe, but I send you a big hug. I definitely agree, Megan B. I wish I knew the full context. Why do I not think Harry Styles has said anything, Claire? Because he's a very private person. And it's not like Harry to speak up. I do try to be honest, Gary, always. However, I really do try and be a better person. I do not want to make the mistakes I used to make. Tupac the rapping parrot, thank you. Hot Like Hero, are you still here? I would love to hear more from you, Hot Like Hero. It is very, very sad, sanity now. Beyond sad. Do I think they should cancel Love Island? No. Hi, Haley Beck. God bless you. I love you too. I don't think Love Island is any more to blame than any other different reality show. Like, it's unfortunate that it's somebody else affiliated with this show, but I don't think that show is driving people to take their own lives. I just think a lot of average citizens. If an average person stepped into my shoes, they would kill themselves probably. Powder Puffs and Kittens, I understand the Love Island situation. I don't think the show should be canceled. And I think, from what I've heard, they've been implementing a lot of aftercare. You know, I just got off a reality show myself. It was very hard. After I finished I'm a Celeb, Get Me Out of Here, Australia, I had to see a doctor who gave me a full physical, and then I also spoke to a psychologist. And the show made sure to reassure me if I ever needed the psychologist, he was available. Even though, this is real honesty here, okay? Even though the week and a half after I just got home after I'm a Celeb, I could have really benefited from speaking to the psychologist, I didn't. And I think I'm a very evolved person. Even though people have the resources, they may not use them. Thank you again, Powder Puffs and Kittens. So, it's all sad. Where do we go from here, Projected? We go from here by, if you want to see change, stop reading the Sun newspaper and stop reading the Sun website. That's where we go from here. We also, I don't want to speculate because I would think or assume, if I'm Caroline Flack's family and I saw that Instagram, we know people did reach out to her. She was receiving help. It just, and those people, I hope they don't feel guilty. She did reach out. That one person she reached out to wasn't supported, but other people did reach out to her and did offer support and help. What brilliant writer. Yeah, people should stop telling people you should kill yourself or you're part of the problem or whatever. Even me, like, hearing from what I thought were members of my fam that I'm part of the problem, that made me feel really awful because I don't believe I am. Anyways, I'm going to go. Today's my son's birthday, and I want to focus on that. And hopefully, I don't even know, hopefully what? Hopefully, all of those hurting in the wake of Caroline Flack's passing, I wish them light and health. Hopefully none of them turn to dark things themselves. So I love you, and I will not regret making this video, even though, especially on Instagram, when I post this video on Instagram, it's going to upset people. Hopefully they watch it in its entirety. This was a long video. I love you. I appreciate you. Catalina, Polly, Lil Nitty, In Tall Pines, MB, Claire Wedgeworth. I am very transparent. Becky, thank you. Thank you, Painkiller. Thank you. Thank you, Lynn. Thank you, Tanya. Thank you, Carrie. Thank you, Maria. Okay, bye.